Hello everyone, welcome to another session from Automation Mentors. So in this lecture, I'm going to show you how to do API testing using Postman tool. And to use APIs, free APIs, I'm going to show you from dotesthere.com how you can leverage APIs. These are all free APIs, no need of any registration, nothing. You can directly get into this page. You can use the APIs, what are all APIs it is there on this web page, and you can do your testing. So what you need to do first, you log into dotester.com, hit on this API testing tab, and now you can see all APIs on your page. So you can have these HTTP methods called get call, post call, put call, delete call. Okay, so let's start with that. So get call is something where the whatever there on the client side or the server side, right, the interaction between client and server. So let's say you have a good database at the server side, and your machine is client, so now you are interacting with that client and server communication, right? So API is a one way. API means application programming interface. So let me show you. So this is a URL. This URL means it's a combination of two things here. Okay, endpoint and URL. So let me copy it. So if I'm using my browser, I can do this call as well. I do not need any kind of Postman or any kind of Swagger tool to interact with that. From here also you can do the API call run. So you can see, right, this is in JSON format. JSON means JavaScript object notation, and you can see this is a way how we are getting the response. So in this response, you can see the page number is one of the key value pair, and total pages, data. Inside data also we have sets of data. So there are two data available, ID1 and ID2. Along with that, the email ID, first name, last name, and avatar, what are all things are there, right? So this data is there. So the one way you can do get call by using a browser as well. But let me show you how to do it from the Postman. So this is a Postman. This is a free version of Postman. Okay, so on the Postman you can see the first window. Let me close this one so that you will be easy to see here. So I need to hit on this add. As soon as I hit on that, the default HTTP method will come here as get, but there are different HTTP methods like go, get, post, put, patch, delete, head, and options. So what is get call? Basically, get call means whatever there on the server, we can get the data from that. So as soon as I hit on that, so you can see this is my endpoint, and there are two parameters I am using, page number one and limit 10. Let me remove it here. I want only users, all users associated with that. Okay, so now as soon as I remove that parameters, I can see this is my URL, and now I am going to hit that send. So as soon as I hit send, the get call happened, and on the response you can see this is a response I am getting here. So this response is in JSON format. We can change into XML format, we can change it to HTML format as well, even text format. Okay, but JSON format is something human readable format. So you can see the same data with what are all there, but I want ID number one. So what I need to do, I need to use ID number one. So for that I need to pass as users ID is equals to 1, for example. Let me see. So ID number one, okay, we can get it from here. So ID number one also we can get it, but let me ID number one, we directly need to pass the user. So let me do it right away. 1. So I will get the first ID details. You can see the first ID detail, we can get it from here. So the one way you can use Postman, the another way you can use the same web page which I am providing you. You can use, you can see there is a, this is a URL detail, and this is a response detail. So if you want to do the simulation, you hit on that test endpoint. As soon as you hit on that test point, you can see what are all mandatory parameters you can find, you have to give while having this get call. So this is a endpoint, you can see, and this is a response code usually we see when the get call gets success. Okay, and these are all the headers we are passing. This will automatically by default will be set up by the Postman. Okay, so context type, we need to make sure the application and JSON format should be there, and this is some limit, and all these things are there, the date, and the response. And the response you will get this kind of data. So this is the response body which we are getting as output. Okay, so the one way you can directly use this web portal to do all these calls, but if you want to use Postman, you can do the same thing here. So let me, you can see this is a parameter, there are no parameters we are passing. If you want to pass ID, we can pass the ID or other things. On the header, the same thing you can see, the host, agent, application, accept connection, and all these things are here. Okay, this is a body. If we are doing some post or put call, so we can pass body as well. Okay, so now we are getting this as an output here. Now you can see the status code is coming 200. Let me intentionally move something, from here. Now I have intentionally putting this user spelling a mistake here, so endpoint will become, invalid. So if I do get call here, you can see this is a wrong response we are getting, and we are getting 404. So 404, basically it's a not found. So we made a request, but request not able to complete, so this is not found. Okay, so let's go to the next call here. I want to do the post call. Post call means we are creating some resource, right? We are creating some resource at the server side. So the one way, as I mentioned, you can use this website feature, and when you do the post call, basically when post call will confirm, you will see 201 response code. Okay, so let me do the post call. Let me use this URL. Okay, and this time I want to do post call. I wanted to do post call, but for post call we require few attributes which is mandatory here. One is the body. Okay, body we need to pass properly. So body, this time I'm using, there are different formats. I wanted to use pass as a raw format, or we can use JSON format. Okay, so let me pass specific response here. So I'm passing these things, these mandatory things. Okay, so I'm going to pass inside JSON format. So JSON format will be under the braces. Okay, I want these things. I want ID number 7 I wanted to pass, and here I wanted to pass test. Okay, this is anchor, let's say 10, and automation also 10. I need to remove this comma. Okay, these are mandatory things. So as soon as I hit on that, I am doing post call. I am expecting to see the response code is 201. So now you can see 201 is created. That means our resource got created at the server side, and you can see on the server you are able to see this data has been created here. Okay, similarly if I want to do let me check one more thing. So 10 here, this is 10, and let me take 101 here and 101. Again I'm doing the post call. I will see the data has been created with ID number 10. Okay, this is coming from the server. Okay, but for this demo I am not going to store anything on my website. That's why if I wanted to see what is the 10th user, you will not see anything. Okay, and there is nothing. Okay, or if you see the all users here as well, oh sorry, this is a get call I need to make, you will see only the 2 data from here. Okay, but there are no data associated with the 7 or 10. Okay, so that is just for demo purpose. And now going to the put call. Put call means the data is already there at the server, but you want to update something. Let's say I want to update ID, I want to update name, that you can do. Okay, let me do that as well. Let's say the data one is already there, right? Let me show this one. Get call is there, the data is already there. Let me copy this data. I want to let's say I want to update the first name for that, so I'm going to do put. Okay, and I wanted to update the first name, so I'm updated name. Okay, let's see. So what is the problem here? Let me do that. Okay, the problem is this one basically. Okay, this icon I need to remove here. I'm doing the put call. Okay, what is the problem? Users, that's fine. D1, why D1, what is that? Endpoint not found. Why endpoint not found? Okay, got it. User 1, I need to update the user here. Okay, so users 1, now it will work. So you can see 200 got. So I need to pass which user I wanted to update. Okay, and updating this first name as updated name. Okay, you can see here. But next call, if I do the get call for the same thing, I will get the initial one, because I'm real time, I'm not saving anything on my portal. That's why you will see the original one. But put call, you can update the resource at the server side. Now going to the delete is something I don't want, I don't want. First let's see, let me show everything. So we can see there are 2 test data. One is the ID1, ID2. I want to delete ID number 2, for example. So I can go ahead and do that. How? I need to select the delete and do the post call. Okay. For that, body is not required. Let me remove it. Or let me use a none. Okay. I'm deleting it. So as soon as I delete, I can see there is no content available. 204. That means that data got deleted. Even I can delete the whole all users there. Okay, that also we can do. So there is no data 404. Okay. So now going, but when I do the get call, the data you will see, because real time exactly it is not deleting. I made it. It should not be editable, but on the response side you can see the how the status code we can see for delete, for the post call, for the get call. Summary is, by using this portal, right, dotesthere.com, you will have the simulation how actual APIs are working, and these URLs you can use for free. But on the some websites, for getting the free APIs, that's a really challenging, because there are a lot of registration you need to do, a lot of subscription you need to do. So this is for open source community. Please feel free to use this one. Please provide your comment if you find this thing is useful for you. Thank you so much for watching me and using this website. Bye.